Hey, what's up? In today's video, we'll be going over how to take first point of Central Park, Empire of Eternal Night on attack. We'll be using two tanks as examples. Those tanks will be Groot and Dr. Strange. In both these strategies, we'll be implementing a frontline tank approach. This will be simple and effective in getting the job done. We are going to break this down into 3 checkpoints. Your goal as a tank is to gain space for your team while tanking incoming fire and minimizing damage to your teammates. With Groot, you will be accomplishing this with your walls. With Strange or Magneto, you will be accomplishing this with your shields. Our first push for space will be to reach this piece of natural cover. Once we are here, we'll use this cover to peek at our opponents and safely poke at their front line. Once our enemy has taken enough damage, they will start to back off and give you a bit of space. Once we notice that shift in our enemy to backing off, we take that space by getting to our next checkpoint. At this checkpoint, we'll be able to use this room for cover if we take too much incoming damage. From here, we gain access to this health pack, making this a strong holding position. We'll safely poke and push them further back until they retreat. This is when you take space and reach the final checkpoint. Here we get to fight next to another health pack and again use natural cover to peek and safely poke at our enemy. Okay, now that we know the strategy, let's take it into a real match scenario. Coming out of spawn, first thing to look out for is if any enemies are flanking. It didn't seem like we had anybody to worry about, so we get to just focus on blocking this main line of sight. Keep it simple, put one small wall to block the first burst of projectiles. They had a Punisher on turret, so I opted to use my big wall. Here's the enemy's perspective where you can see just how effective this is at breaking their line of sight and blocking all incoming fire. And just a quick tip, don't let them destroy your Groot wall. Notice here I cancel my wall before it takes too much damage. Once I see it's already at half health, I take it down to shorten its cooldown time. If you allow it to be destroyed, its cooldown will take a full 8 seconds. But if you take it down early, you can shave 4 seconds off that cooldown. In this case, it took well over half health before being cancelled and it still shaved a full second off its cooldown. In a game where you can die in a single second, that extra cooldown time can make the difference between winning and losing. Back to the match. This wall allowed my team to approach, set up, and safely observe what we're dealing with. It also allowed us to reach checkpoint 1 with full health. Now see, this turret is set up outside of Groot's effective range, so best we can do is chuck a grenade and chip away at its health. Their Magneto blocks it with his shield unfortunately, but regardless we push forward. The enemy isn't taking up this space, so we get to advance forward into checkpoint 2. Squirrel Girl traps us in place, but we're being healed, so I take the initiative and push forward to block a bit of the turret's fire and get in range to hit it with my primary attack. I now have my big wall to block line of sight from the opposite team if I'm taking too much damage, and I do recognize that, so I put it down. This allows me to focus one enemy for a second without taking damage from the rest. In this case, I'm okay with letting my big wall get destroyed because I want as much time as I can get to focus Punisher. Rocket and Punisher are Groot's worst matchups, so as a Groot player you have to prioritize them. If they're on the map, your walls are going to get shredded instantly. We attempt to take out Punisher but start losing too much life, so I back up into checkpoint 2. I try hugging the wall to allow my supports to heal me, but I continue to take damage, so I retreat all the way into cover and pick up this health pack. This moment is exactly why we play at this checkpoint. It saved us from dying, and now we're back in the fight. We go back in and finally that Punisher gets taken out, so we use that momentum to push into our final checkpoint. Here you can use walls to safely rotate into this position or just run across while poking at them. If you're healthy, you can just tank the incoming damage. It's really up to you how you prefer to advance. I decide to use my walls offensively and put it behind their support to try and secure a kill. They get low, but they get behind their tank into safety, so I advance all the way to our final spot. Here I did take a bit of damage, so I take the health pack. Now we're nice and comfortable to peek and poke again, setting up for the final push. Try to set up some offensive walls and attempt to secure a kill. If not, it's okay, you can always take natural cover if you take too much damage, and reset your offensive sequence. If my team secures 2 or more kills, that's when I'm comfortable to really rush them down. But in this case we had a support ult, and that gave us the green light to rush in and play aggressive. Here I decide I want to prioritize Punisher again. I run in and find him. I have 2 walls to fight with, so I use one wall defensively to break their line of sight. I let them take it down to allow me to get in closer and place an offensive wall behind them. This allows me to get a grenade combo to secure 3 kills, Squirrel Girl, Cloak, and Punisher. The rest is just easy cleanup to finish off the remaining stragglers. Usually this will be their tanks like this Magneto. That's a team wipe and we win it clean with no deaths. Now let's see how this strategy looks when playing a shield tank like Strange. This was my very first day playing Strange, so I'm not proficient at playing the character. But this fundamental strategy should be strong enough to carry any weakness in character knowledge. We go in and again look for flankers. If not, we advance forward and block that same line of sight. Hold that shield and allow your team to safely push up with you. Poke any enemies in the front line like this Luna here. I don't know what she was doing in their front line as a diamond player, but regardless, we hit them and push them back. I'm looking to set up and fight at this natural cover, but I notice a Star-Lord diving our backline. I start to peel back to protect our backline, but start getting hit by the thing. You can do damage to another tank to see if you can shoo them away, but they weren't being deterred. I decide I should fully disengage and protect my backline from Star-Lord. I think our Hulk chased him away, so good on him. Now we go back to advancing forward. I'm looking to take anybody off high ground or any squids that could be set up. I find one and take it out because it's safe to assume my team will ignore it. I look to rotate to checkpoint 2, but notice the thing is actually peeling back for his backline. Our Scarlet Witch was diving their backline, so that distracted them enough to let us completely skip checkpoint 2 and advance to our final checkpoint. I can safely wait here for the rest of my team to push up, and I do notice a magic diving into my team. I land a good poke on her and I see she's going into a full team of 5, so I'm not too worried and I trust them to take care of her. I want to prioritize my presence here and keep them from gaining space. If I take too much damage, I can always move into natural cover and take this health pack. I do take some damage, but I'm self-sufficient. I take the health pack and I'm doing perfectly fine. My team finally pulls up and we start pushing them. My team has pressure from top and side angles, so their attention is split. This is the perfect time to aggress forward and fight. I prioritize supports or DPS, whichever I can get in range of as quickly as possible. I push past the thing and focus Namor. Once I pick him off, I get the thing next. It's easy picking from here. Magic comes in, but I'm too ready and take care of her too. I hear an enemy behind me, so I decide to Gamma Burst to catch them. It was a Luna and our Jeff takes care of it. We get the point clean with no deaths. And there you have it. That's my simple strategy to earning the point on Central Park Empire of Eternal Night. I hope this gave you a good foundation to work with and build upon. Let me know if you want to see more Marvel Rivals tutorials, as I'm primarily a Street Fighter content creator. But I've recently been playing a lot of Rivals and I think I can offer some value to that community as well. But yeah, that's all I have for you in this video. I'll leave you with a bonus round of defending this point with Groot, so you can maybe gain something from that as well. See you later, bye.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Eye of Agamotto! Tremble before fire!
Down to 30 seconds. We got this.
Again! No mercy. Groot!
The final 10 seconds. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.